Okay. Okay. Good morning. My name is Lieutenant Ventura, and I am a student social worker here at the Jennifer Moreno Clinic. Can you go ahead and verify your full name and date of birth for me?
Tori Craft, November 13th, 1996.
Okay. And how would you prefer I refer to you?
Just Tori's fine.
Tori. Okay. So I'll give you kind of an overview of what this session will look like. So I'm going to be asking a lot of questions. It's really just to get a better picture of you. So it'll be about a couple different categories. And future sessions will look different, so they won't be so back-to-back questioning. Okay. So I know you filled out a lot of forms in the lobby, so thank you for doing that. I know they can be really time-consuming. But I do kind of want to preface before we get started that I know we'll be asking a lot of questions, but please just share what you're comfortable sharing.
Mm-hmm.
If there ever comes a point where you're uncomfortable, you don't want to ask, or you can just say pass and we will keep moving.
Okay. Yeah.
And then if you're not sure what I'm asking, just let me know and I can rephrase or just ask a different way with a different question.
Okay.
And then I do want to highlight one of the forms that you filled out, the confidentiality form.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of the really long forms that you filled out, but I do want to highlight some areas that pertain to safety, mainly keeping you safe and others safe. So during our session, I won't share what we're talking about, but we do have to keep in mind that I am an intern right now. So I do work under a supervisor, so it may be necessary that I consult with her, but it would be in the best interest of your care so that you get the best care. Okay. And then, again, once we talk about in session, I won't share. However, there are some limits to confidentiality. For example, if you share with me you have thoughts of harming yourself, thoughts of harming someone else, you disclose child abuse, spousal or partner abuse, or abuse of an elderly person, that would have to be reportable. That would warrant me breaking confidentiality. But I wouldn't just go out and call or try to report something. We would have a conversation first.
Yeah, sounds good.
Because I don't want you to feel like if you're having those thoughts you don't want to share because you're worried I might just go and call, break confidentiality. So it would be a conversation that we would work through together and see what's the best course of action from there.
Yeah.
Okay. And then another term we hear a lot is fitness for duty. So if there's ever a concern that I have about your safety to do your job or just your safety, that may warrant a consult with your commander. But again, I wouldn't just go and call them. We would have a conversation about that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Because really what we're trying to highlight here is that safety and keeping you safe is what's most important.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any questions over that? Or anything we've talked about so far?
No, I think that all sounds good.
Okay. And if you have any questions moving forward about confidentiality or questioning that, feel free to bring it up.
Okay. Yeah.
Then as far as notes, if I take notes, I keep them locked away where no one has access to them. Would it be okay if I take notes during our session?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So now we can kind of get into gathering some more information about you. So how old are you?
I'm 27.
Okay. And marital status?
I am married.
Okay. And gender identity?
Female.
And your ethnicity?
White, Caucasian.
Okay. Got that. And now into a little bit of military background. So I know we're in PTs today. What's your rank?
First lieutenant.
First lieutenant. And branch of service?
Army.
Army. Okay. And component?
Active duty.
Active duty. How long have you been in?
About 7 years.
7 years. Got that. And what do you do for work?
I'm in Intel.
Intel? Okay. Got that. And what unit are you in?
Bravo 187.
Okay. Got that. And can you confirm your commander and first sergeant's name for me?
My commander is Major Smith, and my first sergeant is First Sergeant Resser.
Okay. Thank you. And what is your relationship like with your chain of command?
I'd say our relationship's pretty good. It's a good working relationship. I feel like I can definitely come to them if I have any issues or need anything, and they have a lot of good input too on like the tasks that we have to do, and so I think it's like a good trusting working relationship.
Okay. I'm glad that you can trust them. Do they have an open door policy or anything of that nature?
Yeah, no, they do. So use that sometimes, but yeah, they do.
So, okay. I'm glad to hear that you can trust them and come to them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And have you been on any deployments or rotations?
Yeah, just was on a deployment and got back about a month ago.
About a month ago? Okay. That's still pretty soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. And were you exposed to any combat while you were there?
No, not really. Like, pretty much stayed on the fob most of the time, so it's pretty secure, safe.
Okay. And do you have any injuries related to that deployment?
No.
And I know you just got back, but are you aware of any upcoming deployments or rotations?
I hope not.
No.
Not anytime soon. I hope not.
Okay. And are you facing any disciplinary action such as UCMJ?
No.
Okay. And what do your long-term plans for the military look like?
I'd like to do my 20. Like, I'd like to stay in and almost halfway there, but yeah, I'd like to do the full time.
Yeah, I mean you're right. You're right at 7 years. You're almost halfway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so thank you for that. So now we can kind of get into more of what brought you in today.
Yeah, so I got back from deployment about a month ago, and I was really looking forward to like, well, being back, but being with my family and my husband and my daughter. She's 6 years old, and I was really missing her a lot. And then not even like a week into being back, like I saw some messages on my husband's phone, and I started snooping, honestly, like looking through, and found that there was some infidelity going on, and it just like shocked me, and I was so surprised and couldn't believe it, but I was so like just sad, and then I kind of went and talked to him about it, and I was giving him like a chance to fess up, and kind of just giving him lead-in questions like anything happened like while I was gone or anything different, which of course he denied, and then whenever I was looking through his phone, I took pictures to make sure that he, didn't delete the evidence, which he ended up doing. But eventually, like, I showed him the evidence, and he finally, like, broke down and fessed up that he did do what I saw on the messages. And it's just been, like, really draining on me, and now I'm just worried about our marriage, and I've been having like trouble sleeping, and I just really haven't had an appetite either, so it's just been, I think, just overall been affecting me. Even at work, I haven't been able to really concentrate, and because I'm just like so fixated on what's going on and what's happened and the future of our marriage. So yeah, it's just been a lot.
I can hear how difficult that's been, especially to come home from deployment, to be so excited to see your family. It's just, I can hear the hurt.
Yeah.
And did you have a chance to speak to him after? I know you said you kind of confronted him. What kind of happened after that?
Yeah, that's kind of a big argument. It definitely blew up. I was just so angry and feeling just all the emotions, and
Of course.
it's a big fight. Um, and now it's been about a month, so we've had like a few, maybe several other littler, smaller fights since then. But yeah.
Okay, again, I know you said you've been back a couple weeks, but how many fights do you think you're having about a week?
I'd say at least one fight a week, if not two. So
And how long are those fights typically lasting?
say an average, maybe around an hour.
Does that ever vary where you go longer or shorter?
Yeah, sometimes we might like go longer, but say average hour. But
Okay. More around that hour mark. Okay. And those smaller fights that you've had after that big argument, what do those look like?
they're still a little heated. Definitely raised voices at each other, and I just feel like I'm trying to get the full picture of like what's been going on. Like, did I do something? Like, did something happen? And I feel like he's just blowing me off, and it's just so hard to get more information. And then I feel like normally I end up crying, and he ends up storming off in anger and rage.
Okay. Um, so sometimes it can be helpful when we look at when we're fighting and the frequency of fighting and how intense that is to kind of put it on a scale. So, how would you rate the intensity of these arguments on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is completely calm and 10 is the worst, most intense fight you've ever had? Let's start with that first big argument you had where you first confronted him. Where would you put that argument as far as intensity?
Yeah, as far as the first argument, I'd probably put that at a 10. I don't remember having like such a heated argument before, especially with him. Yeah, that's definitely been our biggest fight for sure.
Okay. And then, as far as these smaller fights that you're having, about 1 to 2 times a week, where would you place them as far as intensity on the same scale?
Maybe like a 6 or 7.
Okay.
We're still pretty heated, a lot of emotion, but definitely not as bad as the first.
And what would you say is the biggest difference from that 10 to that 7?
I think it was just it being the initial and just all the shock that I felt, and just the rush of sadness, but also the rush of anger that it just like built up, and then I was even like trying to give him a chance to fess up, and he lied about it, so that just added even more anger. So yeah, all that compiled, just I blew up. I was just so angry.
Oh, absolutely. Again, you've only been back a couple weeks, from a deployment that can be incredibly hurtful.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. And how has this affected your trust with him?
Oh, it like completely ruined it, honestly. Like, I thought I could trust him. Like, we've been together for so long, and now I just don't know. I feel kind of hopeless about our marriage and what's gonna happen. Divorce or give him another chance? I don't know. I'm just at a loss right now.
You're sounding kind of conflicted, maybe?
Yeah, I definitely am, because I don't know if I should do, like, I'd like to do marriage counseling, and I brought that up, but he doesn't want to do it. And so now I'm like, okay, do we go through with a divorce? Is that the answer? Or do we work through this? Do I give him a second chance? And I don't know, because right now things aren't working. So,
Okay, thank you for that. How long did you say you guys were married for?
we married about 10 years.
About 10 years. Oh, wow. Okay, that's a bit of time.
Yeah.
I can definitely hear the hurt and the frustration, how conflicted you are, and all of this emotion rushing in. You've only been back a month, so I can only imagine how conflicted you're really feeling. And I know you mentioned a little bit that it's affecting your appetite. You haven't been wanting to eat. You said it was decreased. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, I just haven't been feeling like I want to eat anything. It's just like my appetite's not there anymore, and I know I need food. Like, I know I need to eat, but it's kind of just me forcing myself, and even me like forcing to eat it's not that much. I'm just like not hungry.
And have you noticed any weight loss or gain since you've been back?
Um, yeah, well, it's only been about a month, so I think I've noticed like around maybe 5 pounds loss, but
And I know you were focused on deployment, so eating might look a little different depending on what's available. But how has that been different from your appetite before you got back?
yeah, even on deployment, I would still like it wasn't the best food, but I would still try to eat the 3 meals a day,
Okay.
even snacks too. So it's definitely getting food.
Okay. And how's sleeping?
Not great because I feel like, well, we're definitely not sleeping together right now, um, and so it's just me, and I just feel so restless before going to sleep. Um, and so it takes me a while to fall asleep, and then even once I finally do, I like wake up a few times within the night, so I just know I'm not getting quality sleep.
Okay. How many hours would you say you are sleeping a night?
Um, probably probably around 4 hours.
And again, I know you were deployed, but how is that? How was your sleep before you got back?
Yeah, it's definitely better. I mean, the army life, I still didn't. I probably could have got better sleep, but maybe more around the 7 mark.
7. Okay. You're definitely sleeping a little less.
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you feel when you're waking up?
Just groggy, and like I could have gotten better sleep. Like, I know I could have got more rest. So
Okay. That, and I know you just mentioned that you're not sharing a bed currently, and you're sleeping alone. So how has that affected your sexual interest?
oh, definitely decreased. Not non-existent right now.
Okay. And how has your energy levels been feeling?
Low.
Well,
Low. It's been just all around like low, but then even at work too, pretty low, and it's been hard for me to concentrate and get my work done.
you said it's been hard to concentrate at work. Have you noticed that every day at work, a couple days at work, out of the week?
Yeah, it's been every day, and even my commander noticed actually, because I'm usually like very on top of it, and I get my work tasks done pretty quickly. So he definitely noticed that there's a change, and he actually suggested to come to BH. So
Okay.
I was like, yeah, probably be a good idea with everything going on.
You said you noticed, some changes. Is that in like work completion, just throughout the day? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, just that I wasn't like my normal energetic self, and just seemed more down to him, and yeah, and the tasks, like I'd still get them done, but I've been asking like for some more time to get the tasks done.
Okay, and are you finding you're having difficulty concentrating throughout the workday for a portion of the workday?
Um, but just a portion, like not the full day, because I'm still able to like get things done eventually. But
Okay. So it sounds like work's been pretty impacted since you've been back.
yeah, yeah, it has.
Okay, well, I'm glad you have a commander that you do feel comfortable with, that he was able to kind of suggest that you come in today.
Yeah, me too.
And again, I know you've been back for just a couple weeks, but how has your social life been affected?
Um, that's kind of decreased too. I still I have my best friend, and we talk a lot, and she's really been there for me through this situation. But as far as like friends that have been local, just don't like have the energy to hang out, like on the weekends and stuff like we used to.
It sounds like you can lean on your friend.
Yeah,
One friend.
definitely. Mm-hmm.
And are you able to speak to her frequently?
Yeah, we talk pretty often now. um, she's she's so kind. Like, just said to reach out whenever I needed her, and which I've really needed her, and so it's been about like every other day or every few days.
Okay. Sounds like you guys are able to really communicate
Yeah,
and talk a
yeah.
lot. Okay. Okay. And I know you said your energy levels have been kind of low with wanting to socialize and go out. How has your interest been? Have you lost interest in things since you've been back?
Um, yeah, because I used to be a part of just like a for fun soccer team,
Okay.
and now I just like anything with multiple people or a lot of people. I just don't have energy for.
Does it feel maybe draining?
Yeah, yeah, definitely draining.
Were you playing on the soccer team before you deployed?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So from what I'm hearing, it sounds like these marriage concerns are really affecting you in a lot of ways. I know we mentioned sleep, your appetite, your energy levels, going out with friends. How have you been? I know you've only been back for a couple weeks since you found out, but have you been able to kind of get through that difficulty concentrating, kind of coping with that stress?
Well, talking with my friend has been great, but I've also been working out a lot. Um, that's kind of like what we were doing on deployment, just working out a lot, and so coming back, it was kind of easy to keep that up, and also it was just a de-stressor for me now, and kind of helps my mind get off the topic for just a little bit, and it's not too much, but it helps me just focus on the workout instead of what's going on at home and in my life.
So it sounds like a good stress reliever then
Yeah,
for you.
yeah.
And how often are you able to get those workouts in?
Every day, every day. I do PT, but I still do my own workout after work too, because I just feel like I need it, just something else.
Thank you. Okay. So I'm going to kind of give you, just from what I'm hearing the concern is and what your concerns are, and then please feel free to correct me if I've gotten anything or you're like, that's not quite exactly what I mean. Okay. So from what I'm hearing, you got home from deployment about a month ago. You found out your spouse of 10 years was cheating on you. It's affected you greatly. You're having difficulty concentrating. You're constantly worrying. It's affecting your work, your sleep, your appetite. You mentioned you feel very draining from all of this stress, which has led to arguments a couple times a week, around 1 to 2. It's left you feeling very conflicted.
Yeah, I'd say that sums it up pretty well.
Okay. And this is by no means the extent of what we'll really get into. Our future sessions will allow us to spend more time on different areas. So I've made some notes, so we will absolutely revisit this and kind of dive deeper. If at any point in the session you're like, oh, I really wish I would have said this, or I'm not sure if this is important, or I'd like to add that, just let me know. We can revisit this as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So thank you for sharing all of that with me. I know it was a very hurt and deep betrayal, so thank you.
Yeah.
So now we can kind of get into all the other categories that I talked about. So we can start with health history and just kind of go from there, a little bit of childhood. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. Awesome. So do you have any previous mental health diagnoses?
No.
No? Okay. And do you have any emotional or behavioral concerns?
No.
Okay. And do you have any history of psychiatric hospitalization?
No.
Okay. And any other outpatient mental health care that might look like therapy, counseling, or anything in that realm?
No, this is my first time.
Okay. And are you on any medication?
No.
No. And were you previously on any medication?
No.
No. Okay. And do you have a history of wanting to harm yourself or others?
No.
Okay, thank you for that. Sure, clock's still going. Okay. And so this next topic can be a little sensitive. Again, if you want to say pass, we will absolutely keep moving.
Okay.
So do you have any history of childhood sexual, physical, or mental abuse?
No.
Okay. And do you have any history of adult sexual, physical, or mental abuse?
No.
Okay. Any history of neglect, childhood or adult?
No.
Okay. Do you have any history of traumatic events?
No.
And have you experienced any significant losses in your life?
When I was younger, I lost my grandma, but I guess that's it. That's about it.
How old were you when that happened?
It's 12.
12? Okay. Were you guys close?
Yeah, we were.
Okay. So now we can kind of shift into something we call a mental status exam, which just means that I'm going to kind of look at how you're thinking and your thought process. Some of the questions might be a little challenging. They might be a little frustrating, but please just do your best.
Okay.
You got this. Okay. Can you tell me where you are right now?
Jennifer Moreno Clinic.
Okay. And what month are we in?
September.
Okay. And how would you describe your current mood?
Definitely down, sad.
Okay. And what did you eat for breakfast yesterday?
I had a little bit of yogurt and granola.
Okay. And what high school did you graduate from?
Clinton.
Okay. So I'm going to give you 3 words, and then later in the session I will ask you to say them back to me, okay? So the 3 words are car, watch, and tree. Can you repeat those back?
Car, watch, and tree.
Yes. Okay. So keep those in your mind. Okay. Can you spell the word world for me?
WORLD.
And can you spell that backwards?
DLROW.
Okay. And this one is a little bit of math, but again, do your best. So can you count backwards from 100 by 7s until I say stop? Go ahead.
Okay. From 100?
Yes.
93.
Okay.
86. 79. 72, 65, and 58.
Okay, you are good there. Thank you for that. And do you ever see things that other people don't see?
No,
And do you ever hear things that other people don't hear?
no,
Okay. And are you having any thoughts of harming yourself or someone else?
no. Mm-mm.
Got that. And can you tell me a little bit about your current living situation?
Yeah, we live in a house off post. It's about 10 minutes away, and it's just 3 bedroom. So suits us well.
How's traffic?
Um, there's always traffic. Oh, especially for PT in the morning. Always waiting at the gate.
Well, you're 10 minutes, so it's kind of close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that still makes it's not too bad. Not too close, not too far, I guess.
Awesome. And who lives with you in the home?
Just my husband and daughter.
Okay. With that, and are there any safety concerns where you currently live?
No, I mean, we feel pretty safe. Might be some interesting people that walk by sometimes, but we have like a security system and all that stuff. We never feel unsafe.
Okay. And are there any firearms in the home?
No firearms.
Okay. And do you have any history of loss of housing or eviction?
No.
Okay. And do you have any history of past or present financial concerns?
No concerns. Been paying off some like student loan debt, but we've been able to do that every month,
Okay.
so it's been
So
good.
no problems?
Yeah.
Okay. Got that. And are there any community resources that you use?
Not really. I guess we take our daughter to daycare, but
Does she go on post or off post?
it's off post.
Off post. Okay. And has that been opening up early enough for PT?
Yeah, we found one that opens up early enough, so
I know that can be kind of difficult.
yeah, it definitely can be.
Okay. And so I know you're married now of 10 years. Have you had any marriages or relationships before your spouse now?
No, it's been my first and only.
When did you guys meet?
We met in high school. High school sweethearts.
And I know you mentioned you have a daughter who's 6.
Mm-hmm.
And are you and your spouse her biological parents?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have any current concerns with parenting or anything like that?
Not currently. I guess we've been able to make it work. It's still like be there for her, play with her, but that is another concern that I've been thinking about in the future, with depending on what happens in our marriage.
Okay. So there's some thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you mentioned you have a best friend that you're speaking to about every other day. Who else do you turn to for support?
Definitely my friends here locally. They don't know all the details, but they somewhat know, and they're definitely there for me and support me. My parents too, a little bit. They definitely don't know the situation yet, because I don't know if I want to open that up yet. But
Okay. Understandable.
but they're there for me.
Okay. So now we can talk a little bit about your childhood. So where were you born?
Missouri.
Missouri. Were you raised in Missouri as well?
Yeah, born and raised.
Awesome. And do you have any siblings?
2.
2. Okay. And where are you in the birth order of that?
I'm the oldest.
Okay. So you're the oldest. And who's the next oldest?
And then my brother, and then my sister.
Okay. So when you were growing up, who was your primary caretaker?
I mean, both my parents were around, but probably more my dad, just because he had his own business, so he was able to like stay home, and then my mom would go to work.
Okay. And Did you think your parents got along from what you could see?
Yeah, they got along. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, and can you tell me a little bit about your childhood?
Yeah, it was a pretty good childhood. I grew up like in rural Missouri and kind of like on a farm, and um, just really got to be kids and like play out in the woods and swim in ponds and creeks and stuff like that. So it was good. And then, of course, the farm life, like took care of animals and uh, baled hay,
Oh, wow.
planting gardens too. So it was a lot of work in the summer.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. So when you weren't doing the working aspect, what did you enjoy doing for hobbies?
I was really involved in sports, and so
Okay.
I did like soccer year round, and I like art too. So did some like painting, drawing.
And did you have any health problems as a child?
No, no, it's pretty healthy.
Healthy. Okay. And what does your current relationship look like with your parents?
It's pretty good. I'd say we talk about every other week on the phone, just catching up. But
Okay. So every other week. Okay. Would you say you're still close with your parents?
yeah, I'd say so. I'd say we're still pretty close. I don't get to see them that much just because my own family and then military always moving around. So,
Absolutely.
but yeah, I'd say we're still pretty close.
Okay. Were you the only person in your family to join the military?
Yeah,
Okay, the first.
first one.
Oh, okay. What did your parents think of that?
They're proud. I'm
Proud?
very proud.
That's great. That's awesome. Okay. What does your current relationship look like with your siblings?
Probably about the same. We talk about every other week, maybe longer. They're definitely doing their own thing for sure, hanging out with their own friends. But yeah, we still try to like keep up with each other.
Keep in touch.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And to your knowledge, do you have any family history of substance use?
No, mm-mm.
Any medical conditions?
No,
And then any family history of suicide or homicide?
no.
So, I know you said you were born and raised in Missouri. What was your highest level of education?
Well, I'm trying to get my bachelor's right now, but right now, I guess it'd just be high school.
Okay. So what are you pursuing for your bachelor?
Administrative management. It's like a business degree.
Okay. And how's that been going?
Pretty well. I was actually able to get a lot done over the deployment.
Okay.
But it's nice because it's just online at my own pace. So
So a little more convenient, maybe?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, definitely convenient.
Okay. And since you were born and raised in Missouri, were you able to stay in one school district? Did you jump around?
Yeah, stayed in one school district.
Got that. And what did you enjoy about school?
Um, Definitely the sports. I love the sports. An art class that I had that was fun. As far as like main classes, probably science was
Okay.
the best.
Were you on your high school sports team? And yeah.
Yeah. I played few different sports, and then running too. I guess you don't play running, but you just run.
Doesn't make it any easier. I'll tell you that.
It was not. Yeah, it was not.
And did you have anything you didn't like as much in school?
Yeah, I had to take a language class, and I did not enjoy that. It was Spanish, but it's just not the best teacher, I'd say.
How did you feel about the course itself?
It was fine. Like, now I don't really remember anything from the class, unfortunately, but it'd be nice to know another language, maybe in the future.
Learning other languages can be difficult, so I feel you on that. Okay, thank you. So are you currently in any physical pain?
No.
No, okay. And how would you describe your overall health?
Good. Say overall it's pretty good health. Maybe besides recently, just with the sleeping and eating.
Okay. Alright. And do you have any medical history of accidents or injuries?
No. Well, whenever I was a kid, we were all climbing a tree and I fell and broke my arm.
Oh.
So as far as like accidents, I guess that's it. But
Okay. And how old were you when that happened?
eight, I think.
And did you need surgery for that?
Yeah. I ended up having surgery, but everything's good now.
Good now? Okay. Got that. And do you have any allergies?
No allergies.
No allergies. Okay. So this next part, we're going to get into sexual history, so it can be uncomfortable. So if you want to say pass, that is absolutely okay. So please just share again what you're comfortable with.
Okay.
So I know you mentioned your sexual interest with your spouse was really declined. You guys aren't sharing a same bed currently. Do you have any concerns related to sexual functioning?
I don't have any concerns. I don't know about it.
Okay, so no concerns functionally.
Yeah.
Okay. Got that. So I do want to make sure we're addressing all of your well-being. So do you have any concerns about your sexual health in general, any STDs or anything of that nature?
I'm fine, but I don't know about him, and like I said, we haven't been doing anything. We're not even sleeping in the same room, so. And I told him if anything, like if we do end up working this out, like definitely will be tested because I don't know who he's been with.
So I do have I know you mentioned possibly testing. I do have some resources that we can look into and we can revisit in our next session as well. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. And do you have any history of substance use?
No.
No. Okay. And do you have any current use of any substances?
No.
Okay. And have you ever been prescribed medication by a doctor and taken more than you were prescribed?
No, never.
Or taken it past an expiration date?
No.
Okay. Got that. And do you remember those 3 words that I asked you to remember?
Car, watch, and tree.
Yep, you got it. Okay. So I know you're in the military now. Did you have any jobs before the military?
No, because we got married really young, like right out of high school, so we needed some income, so I just
Joined,
yeah.
Okay. And do you identify as religious or spiritual?
Yeah, I'd say Christian.
Christian. Okay. And how involved are you in your faith?
I'd say pretty involved, like church on Sunday. If they're doing Bible studies, go to Bible study.
Okay. And how often do you get to go to Bible study?
They have one like every week, so.
Okay. And are you able to go to that right now?
Right now I haven't really been, so.
Is that something you'd like to get back to?
Yeah, I definitely would.
And is your religion now any different from how you grew up?
No, same.
Same. Okay. And are any of your religious beliefs problematic for you currently?
Yeah, it's kind of what's been really conflicting me with or making me go back and forth with the divorce or
What's adding to that conflict?
yeah. So I just don't know if that's the right option or not.
Is your spouse also religious?
Mm, yes, like he would say he's a Christian, but I don't know. I don't know. And then with this, the cheating, I don't know. I don't even know what he would say.
Okay.
I don't know how you justify that.
Absolutely. I hear you. Okay. Do you have any history of legal problems?
No.
No. Okay. Have you ever been arrested or incarcerated?
No.
No. Have you ever had any DUIs?
No.
Any history of violent behavior?
No.
Okay. And are you in any current legal troubles or concerns?
No.
Okay. And can you tell me a little bit about your culture?
I guess just traditional American culture. Just celebrate same holidays as mostly everybody else, and Thanksgiving, Christmas, 4th of July.
Okay. And are there any cultural beliefs or traditions that are important to you?
Yeah, like the reason behind like Christmas and Easter and holidays like that are definitely important.
Okay. That was the religious aspect. And
Yeah.
okay. Awesome. And is there anything you'd like me to know about your culture that you would like me to take into consideration moving forward?
I guess really just the divorce piece. So that's just been, weighing a lot on me. So other than that, I think everything else will be okay.
Okay, so I'll make a note of that so we can talk more about that in our next session. I can see it's really taking a toll, really feeling that weight. Okay. But if anything ever changes, culturally, beliefs, traditions, anything of that, just please let me know so that we can start to incorporate it or we can change what we're doing.
Okay.
Okay, so we are nearing the end, but I do kind of want to hit something else before. So I know you said you exercise a lot to cope, and that kind of brings down your stress. Is there anything else that provides you comfort?
Really just talking with my daughter, and playing with her and just being with her. But talking with my best friend has been relieved a lot of stress for me, so that's been good.
I'm glad to hear you have a friend like her that you can lean on.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you think your best friend would say you're good at?
She'd probably say I have like a lot of willpower. I guess I would see it because even through all this, like still forcing myself to like go to work and get done what I need to get done, even if it's been slower. And still like doing like normal tasks around the house and stuff. Even though it's been a challenge, it's definitely been hard.
I'm definitely hearing some resilience.
Yeah, some resilience.
So I know that can be difficult after your deployment and then coming home to something so hurtful. So I commend the willpower just in general. Okay. Awesome. So thank you. We are nearing the end of the session. And thank you for answering all those questions. I know they can be kind of long and take a lot of time. So thank you for your patience. I really appreciate that. So moving forward, I do recommend we meet for the next 6 weeks. And then at that 6-week point, we can reassess where we're at and then see if we need to do anything differently, see how you're feeling, and kind of go from there.
Okay.
How does that sound? Okay.
That sounds good.
Awesome. And then we can really start to discuss and get into the next session a little bit more about your marriage concerns. Then we can just start to discuss different techniques that maybe you'd like to try while we're in session. We can really talk about how to address the intrusive thoughts and the worrying that I know we talked about. We can definitely get into more detail in the next session. Does next week around the same time work for you?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay. It's okay with your work schedule?
Yeah, it works out pretty well.
Okay, awesome. So if there's ever anything that kind of changes that, just please let me know. We'll just work around that, okay?
Okay.
Awesome. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I think that covers it.
Okay, well, again, thank you for your time. I know I asked a lot of questions, so I appreciate that, and I look forward to our next session.
Me too.
Okay, thank you.